So today I'm going to answer some questions that I got in an email. And this is from one of the watchers, and I'm not going to say his name. If he wants to out himself, he can below. But he sent me a nice email with lots of questions about postcard reselling. And instead of just writing it all out so only maybe one or two people can see, I thought, I bet he's not the only one wondering these. So let's get into the questions and I will answer them here. Remember, I'm not an expert. I've only been selling postcards for a little over a year, but I've been a reseller for a long time. So the first one is, at the moment, I am listing my RPPCs as buy it nows with best offer, which often seems counterproductive. I'm actually saying to the customer, I want this amount of money, but what will you give me for it? And that's how best offers go. And let me comment on that. When I started, all of my listings had best offer on, even $4.47 listings with free shipping. I have changed that. I haven't gone back and changed all of the old ones, but now I'm not really allowing a best offer unless it's over $20. You get a bunch of low ballers. More low ballers, the lower the price of the postcard, because they're looking for a cheap postcard. They want to get it cheaper. So, that wasn't a question, but I'm just letting you know how I do it. My sales are doing well and increasing, so that's good. But I have about 20 real photo postcards that I cannot find anywhere online. Yeah, I have a video I did on pricing difficult postcards, which answers some of this, but it's good to hear a little bit more, isn't it? It says, I have never posted an auction. Now we get into the questions. Is the main criteria for putting a real photo postcard at auction simply, I can't find another item? Okay, the criteria for real photo postcard, putting it at auction, first of all, there cannot be another one out there like it, unless somebody wants $500 for it, and you think it's only worth $25. So the main criteria, the first one is there's none other out there like it. Now, it doesn't mean that during the course of the auction somebody else won't find another one and put it out there. That's the risk you take with auctions. So the factors for me is this a location that there's no history on? Does it have any identification things, rare things that collectors like? Does it have a different railroad item? Does it have a sign like I had the Ham's beer one? Something that's going to make somebody excited about this postcard, that they are going to want to bid on it. Yeah, you do take a risk when you list it as an auction, but you list that auction item at the price that you would list it for a buy it now, because it's possible that during your 3, 5, 7 day, whatever length auction, only one of those people who want it may find it, or less. It's rarer for 2 people. It's usually the people who set up saved searches that find them, because they're checking often because they want those things. So you can start there with, I don't see any other like it, but not every one of those should be listed at auction. But if you want to, go ahead. If you have a store, you get so many free auctions a month, and it doesn't hurt. If it doesn't sell at auction, you can either relist it again at auction or just put a buy it now on. Okay, the next question is, what factors do you consider in order to put at auction? Now, we went over a little bit about this. Okay, so for the $400 postcard, the factors was I looked at the sold comps on that location. That certain postcard was not listed anywhere, and so I looked at the solds for that location, and I was happy to see one of them went for $100, one went for $70. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna list this at auction. I did, and I got $400, where usually you only get one or less bid on an auction. So in that case, I had seen that recent sales were at least two people bidding against each other. Okay, so it's something that is going to be desirable, and that is, you've seen good sales for it. If in doubt, just put it at auction. And it's not going to hurt anything, unless you have to pay for the auctions and you don't have a store yet, then you have to rethink about that. But for the most part, go with the auction, because after it ends, if it doesn't sell, you lose nothing, really. But you could gain a sale within 7 days or less. Okay, the next one is, how do you decide the dollar amount? Okay, so I mentioned this before, is you want to list it at the price you want to get it. For example, I'll go back to that $400 postcard. If I had said, okay, the highest price I saw for this postcard was $125, and then I saw the other one for $75, I thought, so if I thought that there was only going to be one person that bid on that, I might just put it in the middle at $99 and let it go. I think I started it cheaper. I'm a little bit, more seasoned now, but so I would just decide, what do you think this is worth? Now, if you see other postcards in that area, that location, or the subject matter going for $20 or so, but yours has not been seen before, yours is rare, you could start it at $20 or go up a little bit. Maybe you start it at $24, but price it at what you would price it at as a buy it now. And then the final question is, what rules of running an auction do you follow? Okay, so there's not a lot of rules to the auction. eBay basically runs them. A lot of times it's a 7-day auction because it gives people a longer amount to find it. Sometimes I'll run a 3 to 5 day auction depending on how I feel about it. I do not allow offers. Because if I put an auction up there, I want people to know that this is going to run the course. Because I put it at an auction, that I'm actually hoping that it's going to go for more money than it's listed for the you're always hoping for that runaway $400, $1,000 postcard sale. I always open it to no offers, and if somebody messages me sending me an offer on it because they can't and asking me to end it early, that to me is a clue that this is a good postcard. The worst thing that can happen is you get what you ask for. And another one is I allow eBay users to remain anonymous. There's a little checkbox, and I do this actually for all my listings because there are probably some eBayers who, if they know their information is public, they don't really want to bid on yours. So it doesn't hurt me at all because I still get the buyer information to send it to, but it lets them have a little more security in that, knowing that. And I don't usually promote an auction, although last night I listed one at promotion just because I wanted to try and see if that works. I think it's $1.95, and it's totally possible that that's not going to sell, and I wasted $2. But it's a $2 learning experiment in the scheme of things, and I'll be $2 wiser in it. But that is the first time in over a year that I've ever done the promoted listing on an auction. But normally I wouldn't, because you have a short amount of time, and the people that are going to find this are probably most likely the people who have the saved searches on it that are actively looking for that subject. So they're going to find you anyways, whether or not you promote it. I don't know if there's any other rules of an auction. It's just regular setting up my guidelines, my rules on my listings. I do allow buyers, not to have to pay right away. I've only had 1 or 2 issues of people not paying in the whole over a year, so I don't see an issue with that because some people just need to, wait for the next paycheck. I've had several people message me and saying that I'm not going to get paid till this date. Can you hold this postcard for me? And I'm like, sure. I mean, it's not any skin off my back. Postcard to me is a long game. So, what's one more week? And then I can always cancel it. Hopefully those answered your questions. Now, if you have any questions about postcards selling or reselling or whatever, let me know. And I will try to do another Q&A in a way. And so thank you for watching. Hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye.